And now we go on to Squalene, no? Mamaya na po, kaya pupunta muna po ako sa Squalene kasi later on we will discuss the vegetab with the recipe. So para po hindi tayo masyadong naka-focus sa vegetab, later on I will teach you how to do vegetab with detoxification while taking Squalene. Kasi po ang purpose natin kaya i-detoxify natin yung colon mo para makatulong sa paglabas ng heavy metals na sinasabi ko. If you had taken a lot of preservatives from canned goods, sa mga kinakain natin, na-expose ka sa pesticides, na-expose ka sa mga kung saan chemicals to remove the heavy metals, tapos yung mga free radicals do sa mga preservatives, no, even sa cosmetics, sa mga makeup ninyo, mga cosmetics, ang dami din free radicals that will lead to cancer. Kaya po kailangan talaga natin ng detoxification. I will teach that with the recipe. Kaya po, nilib ko muna yon para po walang aalis. No? Parang gusto talaga maging no? Gusto ko po kasi matrill kayo para walang hanggang matapos tayo, nandyan pa rin kayo, di ba? Wala pong mawawala. So now we go on to the Squalene Gold. Kasi po ito po yung tinatawag nating flagship. A lot of people benefited from this. Ang dami na po talaga natulungan nito. Grabe po talaga. Ang dami niya nang natulungan. And I term it, mahilig po akong mag-label Squalene Gold, I name it as the power of oxygen therapy, the new trend in cellular oxygenation. Di ba ang dami niyo po na rin, ang dami nagpapa-oxygen therapy. Kaya po ginagamit namin nasal cannula. Tapos meron po yung iba po nagpapa-oxygen therapy, the ozone therapy, IV naman. Kasi the blood once it's fully oxygenated, nagiging protected ang cellular level, not to allow the entry of any viruses or bacteria or any oncogenes that will lead to cancer formation. Pag mataas po yung oxygen level ng dugo natin. So tumitibay po ang strength of the cells not to allow the entry of the invaders. Ano po yung mga invaders? Yan yung para mga alien. Yan po yung mga viruses and bacteria and also yung mga oncogenes or oncocells, yung mga cells that causes cancer. Kaya po, yan yung kailangan natin. We need to increase the oxygen level in our blood. Kaya po, ang dami ding nag-take ng Squalene na naka-recover po doon sa COVID-19 when they were naka-intubation na sila, naka-oxygen na, no? Iba naka-ICU pa. And I will explain later on. So now we are here. Ito po yung magandang paliwanag. Kaya ginawa ko po ito kasi for you to picture out while I'm talking. Kasi parang ang hirap na nagsasalita, wala kayong tinitignan. Ang hirap to picture out sa mind niyo. So umpisahan po natin ng Squalene and the free radicals. Kahit po kanya, di ba sa vegetab pa lang, tanggit na ako ng free radicals. Kasi po, free radicals are chemicals and these chemicals are carbon types, no? Pag sinabi, di ba, pag we are in a biochemistry, babalikan na. Sino po yung ayaw ng science? Laging pag science ay, mag-recess na lang po ako, di ba? Sa school. Ayaw ko po, ayaw ng science Kahit ako, nagtuturo ko sa College of Nursing May mga estudyante ako, sasabihin lang ay, pwede, sir, magsi-CR lang po ko. Aba, natapos na ang klase, hindi na bumalik. Kaya yung bagsak sa anatomy, sa parts of the body. So, grabe si Doc nang babagsak. So, that's what, because Squalene is really very helpful. And before I start discussing about the effect of the Squalene is that the free radicals is a type of molecules, no? So, di ba sa science, molecules are tiny carbons, no? That cannot be seen by the naked eye. Kailangan mo talaga ng microscope to see those molecules. And these are all obtained, no? Nakukuha natin saan? Normally nga, sabi ko, sa mga from the food that we eat, if we are fond of eating canned goods, mga junk foods, no? Ano pa yung mga pagkain sa fast foods, no? All those yung mga nakapack, no? Anything that is packed is preserved kasi syempre kailangan tumagal yan Kaya nga it stays for several years kasi they put preservatives, no? Ano pa yung mga ini-spray na mga chemicals, pesticides, mga chemical agents, no? Ano pa yung mga even the pollution that we inhale, yung mga emissions ng mga cars, ng mga vehicles, ano pa yung mga even the sunlight na bandang late na kasi meron na ring radioactive substance yan that leads to free radicals formation. So if our body are taking all of those chemicals, and those chemicals that from those sources has free radicals, these free radicals create this superoxide, no? Superoxide are reactive oxygen. These are toxic oxygen. Hindi po lahat ng oxygen ay useful. There is what you call a reactive type of oxygen. This is not the oxygen that we inhale, no? This is an oxygen that oxidizes in our body. It's a superoxide oxygen that leads to destruction of your immune system. Sisirain po niya. So the free radicals that we get from the food that we eat, sa mga na-inhale natin ng mga chemicals, no? Even the vegetable na sprayan ng pesticide siya at kinain mo, hindi na masyadong natanggal, andun pa rin yung residue, andun pa rin yung mga heavy metals like yung arsenic, lead sa mga pesticides, and even the vegetable itself, even yung mga meats na kinakain natin na sinaksakan nila ng mga steroids, no, sa mga karne, at also cause of the source of free radicals. And that free radicals, once it's oxidized, no, it becomes a superoxide, a reactive oxygen that leads to stress response, no? Nag-i-increase ang ating nagkakaroon ng gene factor stress activator, nag-create siya ng mga stress genes, no? Nagkakaroon ng increase in epinephrine or epinephrine, kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng mga vasoconstriction, pagsikip ng blood vessel, tumataas ang blood pressure. Tapos humihina din ang immune system natin during the stress response. Nag-weaken yung ating mga antibodies, no? Nag-weaken din yung mga, especially the T cells, which is very important to fight the cancer genes. Yung po yung humihina, kaya nagkakaroon po ng formation ng cancer cells and lead to formation of tumor or malignant tumors. And then, because those process of the free radicals that transports, no, to that transported into a formation of superoxide, no, that is what you call oxidation na sinasabi ko kanina. And if there is oxidation, we need antioxidant, and antioxidant is that what we have in squalene. Being tested, and a lot of testimony already had said that this squalene is a powerful antioxidant. So we say antioxidant, it prevents the formation of the free radicals in our bloodstream. So once you take squalene, upon taking that, even there is free radical that's forming in your blood cells, that creating oxidation, that will facilitate suppression, that free radicals will not lead to formation of superoxide or reactive oxygen, and will not lead to destruction of the healthy cells. And that will not lead to formation of stress activator, and it will not cause destruction of the healthy cells like your immune system, your T cells, no, your phagocytes, no, all those important defense against infection and defense against cancer cells. And that will lead to lifespan extension. Yun po yung yun yung goal natin sa naturopathy, no. We encourage people to have a longer life, a lifespan extension. And if you are really prone always to oxidation, life will be short. And that's why a lot of people are suffering from diseases, because oxidation is really facilitating this process or keep on happening in the body without suppression. Lagi po yan dahil hindi po tayo tumitigil sa the free radicals enters in our body from the food that we eat, from the air that we breathe. Puro toxic po lahat. Sa meats na kinakain natin, sa vegetables na kinakain natin. Kaya nga, as much as possible, maganda po sa vegetables, organic talaga, kasi nga we prevent the chemicals from the pesticides. And eto, nagulat kayo. Natuwa ako kasi dito kasi pinapakita po dito yung how this is a sample of a COVID-19 virus na kaya talagang kainin ni shark, di ba? It's a figurative image. It's just like showing that the squalene, which is originated from the liver of the deep sea shark, no? Kasi po it's a Japan technology, and this is a deep sea shark source, no, po natin, that really a powerful source na ginawa from hydrolysis, no. a natural way to extract the squalene so that it will easily fight the COVID-19 also. So, and then I will explain po mamaya ang ano po yung naitutulong ng squalene for the COVID-19 patients. But before we proceed with that, let me share with you that I term squalene as a broad spectrum in healing, in natural healing and preventive care. So, pag sinabi pong broad spectrum, it means that there is a wide range of effect in the body. So, ibig sabihin po, napakalawak ng epekto niya. Kahit po sinabi sa mga doktor, sabi, bigyan mo siya ng broad spectrum antibiotic. Pag sinabi po, ginagawa po ng mga prescription yan. Kasi sinabi na kailangan ng broad spectrum antibiotic because the patient requires an antibiotic that will destroy a virus, different types of bacteria that causes infection in the body. Kailangan ng broad spectrum. And that's why broad spectrum means, ang ibig po sabihin yan, it's a substance that take effect on various types of diseases, and that is being used naturally. Kaya po it's a part of natural healing and preventive care. Kagaya po sa Parkinson's disease, you know that Parkinson's disease happens, is old age disease, no? Normally, manifestations po niyan happens yung normally at the early age of 40, nagkakaroon na po niyan, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, those are the age, mga range ng mga ages na nagkakaroon ng Parkinson's. Meron po, Parkinson's starts with the degeneration of the nervous system. So normally, there's an increase of acetylcholine. It's a neurochemical transmitter being released by the pituitary gland that causes rigidity, kaya po nagkakaroon ng tremors, nanginginig yung mga extremities like the arms, the fingers, no? Tapos po nagkakaroon ng poor gait, no? Hindi po makalakad, hindi nahihirapan ng ang mobility of the patient because there's a degeneration of the nervous system. No? Namamatay po yung mga nerve cells niya, yung mga neurons niya. Nagkakaroon ng degeneration of the cells in the cerebrum. Kaya nagkakaroon ng memory lapse, poor memory retention, no? And squalene will help to repair that. So magkakaroon po ng tinatawag na regeneration of the nerve cells. Grabe, di ba? So if you are taking this squalene at the early age of 20, 30s, no, 40s, once you reach the age of 80, it's too impossible for you to have a Parkinson's disease. Kasi po, during the time na, kung if ever you keep on taking this and there is a manifestations that there is a destruction of the nerve cells in your nervous system, the squalene will do a repair on that. It will create regeneration of the new nerve cells or the neurons. Kaya po, as early you take this and it will help you to prevent Parkinson's. If you have known somebody which has Parkinson's disease, if the patient will take that, it will lead to repair of the damaged neurons, no? It will improve the memory retention, may iwasan po yung rigidity kasi may mababawasan yung release ng acetylcholine. It will improve the nerve function, no? For this Parkinson's disease. And then the next is yun nga po, malignant tumor. So when we say malignant, it's already cancerous, and this tumor, it should be validated by biopsy by an oncologist. Kailangan po talaga, before you will say that you have a malignant tumor, kailangan po talaga nag-undergo ng biopsy, nagkaroon po ng laboratory test, no? Na-check po lahat yung mga yung mga WBC ninyo, and all the necessary diagnosis needed, no? To make sure that you have a malignant tumor. And if that was already diagnosed by an oncologist or a doctor or other doctors that you are really positive to have a malignant tumor, there is a particular stages for that. If you are in a stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, no? And in case if you have a stage 1 cancer and if you are taking squalene, no, regularly, that will prevent for the metastasis or yung pagkalat po ng cancer cells from one organ to another. And from stage 1, it will not lead to stage 2 kasi po, there's what you call, tinatawag nating chemotherapeutic effect of this. So there is what you call the suppression of the growth of the cancer cells, the powerful chemotherapeutic effect that will not those cancer cells will just stay on the particular organ. It will not be metastasized or transported to the other organs. So doon lang po siya mag-stay, and then later on, it will lead to destruction of the cancer cells within that organ itself only. If you are a stage 1 liver cancer patient, only in the liver will stay the cancer, and that will create a chemotherapeutic effect within that liver alone. Hindi na po siya magta-transport to other organs. That's the power of squalene. And then also the psoriasis. This is a excessive stimulation of the skin, no? Actually, it's related to excessive stimulation of the nerves within the skin, no? Actually, kaya nagkakaroon ng appearance ng scaly redness, no? Because it will keep on producing this type of disease that keep on producing new skin cells. And psoriasis cannot be treated. Only steroid therapy maintains the prevention of irritation, redness. Steroid therapy lang po ang ginagawa ng mga doctor. But it's a long-term disease that cannot be treated. And squalene will help to prevent the irritation, yung redness. Tapos po, kasi normally produces dito sa mga joint natin. Minsan nandito sa mga joints sa hands, dito sa mga phalangeal joints, elbow joints, mga kneecaps, knee joints. No? Diyan siya nagkakaroon ng scaly, nagbabalat-balat, tapos may redness. So psoriasis appears like that, and squalene will help to prevent irritation, yung redness, pati yung itchiness, and also in production ng more skin cells that lead to scaly. Yun po yung maiiwasan, yung pangangapal niya ng pag-iwas pagpapalit po ng balat at pagkapal ng balat. And then we also have the cardiovascular disease. As we all know, may omega-3 po ang squalene. And omega-3 is needed by our bloodstream because omega-3 helps to scrape the bad cholesterol that accumulates in our arteries and veins. And if you have increase in low-density lipoprotein, you have increase in lipids in your blood, meron po hyperlipidemia. This is what you call ang squalene po, meron tayong tinatawag na statin effect. When you say statin, para din po siya mga simvastatin, parang mga atorvastatin. So, it has statin effect that neutralizes the lipids in your blood that will not cause cholesterol plaques accumulation in our arteries and veins that leads to blockages, causing vasoconstriction, that leads to hypertension, that leads to cardiac arrest, that leads to stroke. Kaya po, squalene is very good for that. And then also, sinabi ko rin po sa stroke, no, because most of the stroke is ang major cause is thrombus, yung blood clot accumulation because of the increased vasoconstriction in your blood vessels. So, yun din po, meron din po siyang tinatawag na anti-thrombotic effect, no? Ang ating, it's just like, kaya nga sabi ko yung mga patient na nagtitake ng mga anti-thrombotic, no? Yung mga blood thinners like yung mga clopidogrel, no? Mga aspirin, or nagtake ng mga heparin, no? Those are anti-thrombotic. So, hindi nyo po isasabay squalene after 8 hours, especially those who are taking statin, no? Yung anti-cholesterol, no? Hindi nyo po isasabay kasi nga po, almost the same effect niya, pero you have to maintain your medication. If you are taking mga statins or yung mga atorvastatin, you are taking blood thinners like clopidogrel or aspirin, you have to maintain that 8 hours lang po yung pagitan, and you can take squalene, and napakagandang complementary treatment po siya kasi both of them are helpful since squalene has also this statin effect, which similar to atorvastatin, and has also had the effect of as a blood thinner. So iwasan niyo po yung thrombus as a blood thinner, prevents it's an anti-thrombotic effect. Prevent niya po yung blood clot in your blood vessel para hindi na po mag-lead to stroke. And then aging, no? Also yes, because anti-aging po talaga. Actually, squalene promotes collagen formation. Yun po yung magandang. Alam niyo po ba kaya tayo nagkaka-wrinkles? Kasi nawawala po yung collagen in our skin. And once the collagen diminishes because of aging, pag nag-reach ko na rin more than 40 na, the elasticity, yung pagbanat ng balatan, the elasticity loosens, no, nawawala na po because collagen maintains elasticity in our skin. So if we take squalene, it enhances the collagen formation in our skin that creates a good skin appearance. Mawala po yung mga wrinkles, no? And then you will see a great looking skin. So marami na siguradong magti-take din sa inyo yan kasi ang dami sa ating gusto wala yung wrinkles. And as I said, meron din siyang ability to repair the retina. So para din siya yung kanina yung sa Vegetab, no? Kasi sabi ko nga, most of the people have blurring of vision. Probably it could be a macular degeneration, no? Nagkakaroon po ng destruction of the cells in your retina. Kaya po hindi siya masyadong, once the light transmits into your retina, hindi na siya nagpo-produce ng more colors. That leads to clearing of the vision. Kaya medyo nagbe-blurry siya. So, squalene will also help that to improve retinal function. Kaya maganda rin po ito sa merong mga glaucoma, no? Kasi glaucoma, normally yung mga hypertensive patient nagkakaroon ng glaucoma, that leads to blurring of vision also because of the increase of the constriction of the blood vessel doon sa ating sa eye, kaya nagkakaroon ng glaucoma. Maganda rin po siya. And now we have in here the squalene. Ito po isa na namang scientific studies, no? I hope you bear with me. Hindi na po ba kayo nagno-nosebleed? Hindi na po dyan nagno-nosebleed? Baka nangangarag na kayo sa knowledge power, ha? Sige. Okay po. So, actually, I created this for you to see na napaka-amazing po ng squalene, no? Because as I've said, powerful po siya na enhancer ng immune system. And most of our diseases originated from weakening of the immune system. So once na humihina ang immune system natin, the more our healthy cells are prone to infection and prone to cancer cells. Our immune system, isa po sa ini-improve niya is the lymphocytes. Lymphocytes part of our white blood cells, no? Actually, lymphocytes is known as the white blood cells. And lymphocytes, or known as the white blood cells, no? Commonly known as the white blood cells, has phagocytes or macrophages. These are like Pac-Man. Kung imagine mo sa picture, alam mo ewan ko, sino ba yung mga kapanahon ko dito naglaro ng Pac-Man nung araw? Di ba parang kumakain siya, di ba? Pag gine-game natin, sa magi, di ba? Kinakain niya yung... So, once there is an infection in your body, namamagana yung lymph nodes mo, nalalagnat ka na, yung pamamaga ng mga kulani natin, and yung fever, that's the normal physiological process that gives the sign for the lymphatic glands, yung mga lymph nodes natin, yung mga lucci sa Bisaya, yung mga lymph nodes, to activate the WBC to produce the phagocytes or the macrophages. So they are all interrelated. Yung mga lucci natin, yung mga lymphatic organs natin as part of the lymphatic system, like isa doon mga spleen, no, yung mga lymph nodes natin, no, yung mga yan, once it reacts during the infection. For example, may pumasok po sa inyong, for example, bacteria ng, isip tayo ng isang bacteria, or for example, pneumonia, no? Wala ka pang COVID-19. Pneumonia lang muna. For example, acquired community pneumonia. Meron po kasi acquired community pneumonia. Kunyari, napunta ka sa isang lugar, sa FRT, LRT, nandun ka, tapos meron umubo ng pneumonia, nakuha mo siya. Kasi airborne yan eh. So, pumasok siya sa katawan mo. Tapos, nag-start ka na umuubo-ubo ka na. Nagkakaroon ka ng mucus secretion, phlegm. No? Nag-start yan, magkaka-fever ka, tapos mapapansin mo na sumasakit yung mga kulani mo sa leeg, sa singit. And that's the sign na, the reason why you're having fever and you're having inflammation of your lymph nodes kasi nag-start ng mag-activate si lymphocytes, no, to produce antibodies. So ang nangyari, yung reaction ng pamamaga ng mga lymph nodes is the way to the body to activate the lymphocytes or your white blood cells to produce the phagocytes and the macrophages to fight the infection. Kaya yun na mag-start mag-produce siya. So mag-create na siya ng mga armies, no, para mga soldiers, no, to search for that particular bacteria, the Mycobacterium pneumoniae, no, yun yung pangalan. Favorite ko po kasi yan, yung mga pangalan ng bacteria. Pag nagle-lecture po ako sa microbiology sa nursing. Mycobacterium pneumoniae, yan po yun. Parang mga French yan eh. Yung mga pangalan ng bacteria natin. So yung Mycobacterium pneumoniae po na bacteria, once it it invades your healthy cells, no? Hahanapin po yan, susundan po yan ng mga macrophages. And if you have a weak immune system, no, and you don't have enough, that's the time that the Mycobacterium pneumoniae will penetrate the cells kasi kulang kulang yung invaders, hindi kinaya ng macrophages mo. So not enough was engulfed, hindi lahat na invade ng macrophages to engulf and destroy this Mycobacterium pneumoniae. And that's why pneumoniae manifests in your cells and create infection in your lungs, kasi po hindi kinaya ng immune system. So, and that's why those are signs na if we really have a weak immune system, this bacteria will really proliferate in our body. Lalo na kung exposed ka sa free radicals, lalong there is a manifestation of oxidation in your body, ang dali po talagang mag-manifest yung infection. Tapos hindi ka pa nagtitik ng antioxidant, hindi ka nagtitik ng mga rich in beta-carotene, yung mga yan, you have poor intake of vitamin C, that's why really you have a poor immune system, you have poor production of macrophages, because millions of macrophages is not enough to destroy a particular bacteria. Kaya po kailangan talaga na there are enhancement of our immune system. And especially if you are really immunocompromised, diabetic ka pa, may cancer ka pa, tapos meron ka pang mga other comorbid diseases, really you have more weak immune system, kaya madaling mag-proliferate ang infection. And we need squalene because squalene will enhance that, Bukod sa macrophages, i-enhance nyo rin po yung inyong bone marrow. The squalene will activate the bone marrow to produce the B cells. Isa din po siya sa powerful na antibodies yan for immune system, yung B cells na pinuproduce ng bone marrow. So kagaya iba po, di ba, meron yung mga tinatawag na kailangan nyo ng bone marrow transplant kasi transplant po yung bone marrows because normally yung may mga leukemia, yung mga leukemic patients, kasi we need bone marrow transplant so that it will enhance the production of the B cells, And then also, and the next is our T cells. T cells being produced by our thymus gland. So kailangan din po yan. So i-activate din ng squalene yung thymus gland to produce more T cells to fight the infection. And that is the most powerful cell, the T cells, to fight cancer formation, yung oncogenes, to fight the oncocells. Kaya so the more weak your immune system, the less T cells you have in your immune system, the more you're prone to cancer formation. Sa lahat po ng mga nagka-cancer formation, napaka-weak po ng kanilang immune system. It is not enough to produce the T cells to prevent their cells to produce cancer. So T cells, the very powerful fighter for our cancer, yung T cells po natin in the immune system. And how the squalene forms that? So one thing is it fastens the wound healing, kasi po that is the effect of the squalene, and also fights infection, prevents growth of tumor and metastasis. So ito po i-explain ko because during the process of fat oxidation, our body has fats. We take foods rich in fats. We take a lot of food rich in fat, And our body has a natural process of fat oxidation. And during the process of fat oxidation, that oxidation created from the metabolism of the fats create a manifestation of oncogenes. So in squalene, there is what you call alkyl glycerol. And this alkyl glycerol prevents the formation of oxidation during the fat metabolism so that it will not activate the formation of the oncogenes. So that's why the statin, which is present in squalene, yung po yung statin, yan po yung nag-prevent ng accumulation of the cholesterol in our arteries sa bloodstream natin. Yung statin effect niya, helps on the prevention of the formation of HMG-CoA reductase. It is a amino acids that leads to the formation of the cancer genes. So the statin inhibits the formation of the HMG-CoA reductase, and then also once the statin forms on that, no, it will inhibit the formation of the reductase and blocks the formation of the mutated cancer genes. So yun po yung nangyayari. So papaliwanag ko po sa inyo simple. So the squalene, once you take that, meron po siyang statin effect. Yun po yung nagdulusaw, nagme-metabolize ng mga fats and cholesterol. Kasi po during the process ng metabolism ng fats natin sa katawan, yung time na nagme-metabolize po yung fats, doon po nagke-create ng oxidation. No? Yung tinatawag na glycolysis. The glycolysis is the metabolism of fats that leads to oxidation. Yung oxidation na kinreate during fat metabolism, yung po yung nag-activate ng development ng HMG-CoA reductase, no? That leads to formation of cancer cells or mutated cancer genes. So, ang gagawin po, yung statin effect po ng squalene will inhibit the formation of HMG-CoA reductase so that it will block the formation of the RAS or the mutated cancer gene. So hindi na during the statin process na piniprevent niya yung oxidation, hindi na po magke-create ng mutated cancer gene. Kaya po yun yung maganda sa squalene. Habang tinitake nyo siya, kahit po mag-metabolize yung mga fats sa body natin, kasi naturally lang may metabolize yung fats, during that process of metabolism of the fats, meron pong oxidation na process doon na ini-inhibit ng squalene because of its statin effect, and also because of this prevention of formation of this, because of this alkyl glycerol effect niya, no, prevents the formation of the cancer genes, no. That is what good about the squalene. If you could see the picture, that if there is fat metabolism in our body, there is oxidation. Haba pong nababurn yung mga fats sa katawan natin, kasi lahat po tayo may fats sa katawan, meron tayong adipose tissue. Lahat ng kinakain natin is rich in fats. It will metabolize naturally in our body. And during that fat metabolism, kasi po kailangan yung fat metabolism na yan, pag gumalaw ka pa lang, ginagamit ng katawan yung fats mo, so mag-metabolize siya. Pag anything that you move in your body, it uses fats, no? And then during the process na kumakain tayo ng mga foods na nagko-cause ng metabolism of fats, magme-metabolize siya. And during the fat metabolism, it leads to oxidation. And if there is oxidation, there is formation of the HMG-CoA reductase that leads to the formation of the cancer cells, and squalene inhibits that. Piniprevent niya po yung formation ng HMG-CoA reductase that also prevents the formation of the mutated cancer genes. Kaya po makikita ninyo that the cancer cells will just stay in one organ and it will not be metastasized to other organs and prevents the spread of the cancer cells. Ito po yung image ng ating immune system, especially the T cells. Grabe, kagaling yung T cells. Yan po yung electron microscope image of the T cells. And next is our, this is what you call the omega-3 effect on our squalene, no? My dog. Okay. So basically, I hope you can see now. I will not take long with this omega-3. So squalene, basically, sinabi ko na rin naman kanina na it has omega-3 that has statin effect. Means parang similar to simvastatin, no? That really prevents on the accumulation of the low density lipoprotein or lipids in our blood vessels, arteries, and veins. So talaga pong scraper siya. So actually nga you take the squalene for a week. After a week, and then you go to CBC, magpa-test po kayo ng ng lipids niyo, ng triglyceride, and you will see the good effect. No, talaga pong neutralizer. It has the powerful statin effect or neutralizer of the bad cholesterol or the low density lipoprotein, pati po ng triglyceride. And that will prevent ito po yung mga sakit, arteriosclerosis, hypertension, angina, no, and then myocardial infarction. Ito po talaga yung cardiac arrest na sinasabi natin, which is the myocardial infarction. And squalene is also good for the skin, no? Sabi ko nga, antihistamine effect siya, moisturizer, no? And then as I've said, no, ito po yung sa normal namin na dosage, but we will have later on for the different types of diseases. Sandali lang po. I will find another. We need to regularly detoxify our colon, as I've said, because when we give you the squalene, we will have the dosage. Kailangan din po na cleanse yung colon niyo as our advice. So later on po, we will discuss this recipe. No, but I will still need to go back to our ito. There we go. So I created this image after I discussed to you yung kanina po na when there is what you call fat metabolism, it creates an oxidation, and because of the statin effect of the squalene, it prevents fat oxidation, yung glycolysis, because the glycolysis or the fat oxidation leads to the formation of the cancer cells or the mutated cancer gene. So gano'n po siya ka-powerful, yung kanyang tinatawag na physiological effect. And normally, this is the image of the cancer cell. Nakita din niyo po siya, may mga tentacles. So this is how the cancer cells invade the healthy tissue. So healthy pa lang siya before. And it has like tentacles. Nakita niyo, parang octopus siya that invades your healthy cells. Tapos mag-i-start na po siya hanggang sa maging malignant tumor. But of course, not all tumors are malignant. There are some which is benign, not cancerous, once it's being checked by biopsy. But of course, when it was tested during the biopsy ng histopathology, no, and it was declared as a malignant tumor, it means that it's already had cancer cells. Kaya gusto ko po makita yung difference. This is the image of the benign and this is the image of the malignant. So you see the malignant cells is already there, spreading. Nag-start na po siya mag-spread. Mag-start po siya mag-spread para ma-invade yan na yung mga other cells of the organ. Especially if that, for example, if the organ is already in your breast, no? For example, you had the breast tumor and then naging, normally breast tumor or breast cancer, pag nag-metastasize siya, normally nagiging lung cancer. So, yun po yung image ng metastasis of the cancer cells. Ito po siya. Once the breast cancer, for example, has a metastasis into a lung cancer, so that is the image of how the metastasis takes place. And this is the image also of metastasized cancer cell. Ayan po. And this is the image of the malignant tumor. So normally you could see there is a primary cancer, for example, from primary cancer, which is a cancer of the colon, no? And then later on, it metastasizes into a liver metastasis and lead to lung metastasis. And that is how it's spread, no? Yung nakita ninyo yung, it goes to the bloodstream. And it has tentacles to attach to the different organs. So that's why in order for us to prevent metastasis, we need to have a chemotherapeutic effect directly to the cell level. So kailangan po sa cellular level, this will do sa bloodstream ang ating chemotherapeutic effect of the treatment. Kaya po, we call it immunotherapy. We need to enhance our immune system. We need to enhance our T cell. And we need to prevent the glycolysis or what you call the fat oxidation. So this is how the squalene do the immunotherapy. It enhances your T cell level. Padadamihin niya po yung T cell, tapos ipiprevent yung tinatawag nating glycolysis or fat oxidation, and also that will lead to prevention of the formation of the cancer cells. And that was we call the immunotherapy. And that is our powerful squalene. Ayan po. So we have a part of the topic that I want to clear with you. We call it orthomolecular medicine. Way back in the 90s pa, we've been a lot of seminars sa biological medicine, and until now, I keep, even in my Doctor of Alternative Medicine study, this is one of my major studies for specialization, orthomolecular medicine. We call it the megavitamin therapy. So this is a form of alternative medicine that aims to maintain human health through nutritional supplementation. The concept builds an idea of an optimal nutritional environment in the body and suggests that diseases reflects deficiencies in this environment. So I'll explain to you that we need mega doses because in order for you to meet the required dietary allowance, yung body natin, in order to we take vitamins, right? We take vitamins like 1,000 milligrams vitamin C in order to enhance our immune system for maintenance of our immune system. But if you have diseases, no, if you are immunocompromised, diabetic, you have weak immune system, and then you're suffering from cancer, you need talagang high dosages, even high dosage of vitamin C or other types of supplement. That's why we will recommend a mega dose, particularly for the Squalene and the Vegetab. Kasi kailangan mo nga ng mega vitamin therapy. Increase in Vegetab and increase in Squalene. So we increase the dosage on the Squalene level. No? So because we need to enhance your T-cell level. No? So the reason why we do mega vitamin therapy to enhance the growth of the T-cells and also to have a powerful suppression of the glycolysis or the fat metabolism that leads to formation of cancer cells. Kaya po ini-increase natin yung dosages, and we call it the mega vitamin therapy. And this is how we do for the enhancement of the T cells in our immune system. So the Squalene Gold Cancer Therapy dosages. So for those who are diagnosed of stage 1, for 21 to 30 days. So it's on your first month, ibig sabihin po niyan, on your first month of the immunotherapy, we call it immunotherapy, you need 3 soft gels 3 times daily. So yun po yung i-maintain. So 3 soft gels. So once you have to take it, like for example, we have 24 hours a day. So every 8 hours, if you start 7 a.m., basta po ang precautions lang do sa mga if you are taking mga statins, no, meron na po pagitang 8 hours, no. So for example po, if you are taking statin in 7 a.m., no, pwede nyo lang pong after 8 hours yun na inumin yung first din yung soft gel. Tapos i-divide nyo na lang po ng 8 hours ulit hanggang kahit nung mag-pass po siya ng early morning, at least basta meron lang siyang pagitan doon sa inyong statin or if you're taking blood thinner. Pero kung wala naman po kayong tinetake ng mga statins, simvastatin or yung mga blood thinner like clopidogrel, kasi normally yan, doon lang po yan sa may mga atherosclerosis, meron mga abnormal cardiac rhythm, may mga cardiovascular issues. Pero kung wala naman po, you can take it regularly ng 8 hours. You can take it 7 a.m., tapos after 8 hours ng 3 p.m., tapos sa gabi naman before bedtime, so 3 times a day, 3 soft gels, no? And it's daily po, it's 7 days in a week po. Kasi in order for the enhancement of the T cells and to allow the prevention of glycolysis in your body, yun po yung fat oxidation that leads to formation of the cancer cells. And also to prevent din po yung effect ng mga heavy metals in the body. Yun din po yung nagkakos ng yung sa mga kinakain po natin na mga that has preservatives or toxic substances. And then also for stage 2 naman po, no, so you will start no ng 3 to 4 soft gels 3 times daily hanggang 60 days po, no. So that will be, you will count it as 3 to 4 soft gels, so 3 times daily so almost 12, no. You will take around 12 soft gels, no, in a day. So pag sinabi pong daily, it should be 7 days in a week. So you will take, so sa stage 1 po, so if you compute sa stage 1 ng 30 days, you take it sa first day 9 soft gels in a day. Sa stage 2 po, it's 12. No, so as much as possible gawin po natin sa stage 2 within 60 days po ng within the period of 60 days ng 12 soft gels daily. Yun po ang kailangan. And then on the stage 3 po, no, if you are being diagnosed with stage 3, within the period of 3 months, no, you have to maintain 15 soft gels. So 3 to 5, but I suggest you take the maximum of 5. So 15 soft gels daily, no? So kayo na po ang mag-divide. You have to divide it by 3, no? So every 8 hours. So the pacing is every 8 hours. And then on the stage 4, you have to take 4 to 5 soft gels, so 3 to 5. So almost like 20, or the maximum of 20 soft gels kung stage 4 na po kayo. This is what you call the vitamin therapy. So the mega dose will help you to prevent po yung tinatawag nating glycolysis. Yun po yung very important kasi during the process of fat metabolism, you're having this more formation of the cancer cells. And you need the more T cells to prevent this formation of the cancer cells. And we all know that we need to enhance the chemotherapeutic effect, the destruction of this cancer cells, and that is how the squalene do. It creates a chemotherapeutic effect that destroys the cancer cells. So kung stage 1 ka pa lang, hindi siya magiging stage 2 because of the chemotherapeutic effect. And you have to take it at least 30 minutes or 1 hour before meal, no? Kasi po if you take it during the meals, no, syempre magkakaroon siya ng reaction on the type of food that you eat. For example, if you take sinigang na acidic, no, so kailangan po talaga before meal so that all this any acid from the food that you eat hindi na po magkakaroon ng effect sa squalene. Para pong talagang siya fully absorbed by your small intestine. Kasi po small intestine natin, yun yung nag-absorb ng mga nutrients. And then 2 to 3 hours gap from other medicines as much as possible. Sabi ko nga po, kung meron kayo mga at least mga pwede naman po yung at least as much as possible hanggang 4 hours gap if you are taking those medicines also. And then observe healthy diet also so that you will have a fast track of the cellular recovery. So kailangan po as much as possible, iwasan po natin yung mga yung mga foods na nakakan, nakapack, no, fast foods, junk foods, no, and also yung organic na po yung diet natin as much as possible, organic diet, kasi po yung nabibili natin sa supermarket tsaka sa mga market, meron na po siyang mga exposed na sa pesticides. So as much as possible, find a farm that produces organic vegetables, yun po, at mas much as possible po kung raw ang gagawin natin, we do blending. Mamaya po yung ipapakita ko, we do blending as a raw, mas maganda po siya. Like for example, yung mga powerful detoxifying na celery, mamaya po gagawin po natin yun sa mixture. And we all know also that one of the best function of squalene is to fight the SARS-CoV. We term it as SARS-CoV because of the severe acute respiratory syndrome, CoV. That is the real name of the COVID-19. And we all know that squalene is very good because actually most of our vaccine, the manufacturer made squalene as the binder to easily, so that once they inject it in our system, the binder of the squalene itself will easily allow the absorption of the vaccine in our immune system and easily create antigen. Kasi po mag-create siya ng antigen The vaccine itself will create antigen so that once the SARS-CoV enter in our body, the immune system already knows that there is a particular COVID-19 in our body. So that is the effect of the vaccine. And the squalene is the binder. Pag sinabi itong binder, it coats on the vaccine itself para po pagpasok niya sa cell natin, it easily absorbed by the cell itself. And because bakit po? Dahil nga sa study na if we are going to know, no, actually po nung nakaraan meron po seminar sa UP about this. No, I joined with the UP seminar, and this one they mentioned also that one of the pathway or the way to allow the transmission, sa Tagalog po, kaya po pala pumapasok ang COVID-19 sa katawan natin. As we all know, akala lang natin, for example, isang COVID patient, bumahing siya or umubo. Tapos na-inhale mo, pumasok sa katawan mo. Or nahawakan mo yung isang part, yung mga metal, plastic, or anything, na dun siya, na nagkaroon ng mucus secretion, na hinawakan niya sa ilong niya, hinawakan niya yung part ng plastic or to computer, for example, or yung ballpen, tapos nahawakan mo yon, tapos naikuskus mo sa ilong mo. Yun yung mga modes of transmission. But once it happens, how it enters really into your cell, we have the discovery, which is what you call the ACE inhibitors. The ACE2 inhibitor. Ang tawag po dyan is angiotensin coenzyme 2 inhibitor. Actually, ito po yung ACE inhibitor na to. Ito po yung nagkakos ng hypertension, ng vasoconstriction ng blood vessels natin. Those people that has increase in blood pressure has there's an increase of angiotensin in the system. Tumataas po yung angiotensin, kaya nagkakaroon ng hypertension. Tumataas po yung angiotensin, kaya nagkakaroon ng palpitation, nagkakaroon ng cardiovascular problem, nagkakaroon ng abnormal cardiac rhythm because of the angiotensin. And because of this, and once this type of this neurochemical, is a neurochemical po ito, this is where the COVID-19 pass through. Siya po yung pathway. Sa kanya po sumasama, papasok dun sa cells. This is the transmitter of the COVID-19, the ACE2 inhibitor, and also the serine protease. This is also a type of protein, no, that normally increases during the process na nagwi-weak yung immune system natin at nagkakaroon ng blood clotting. So these are two proteins, no? This one is a neurochemical, the ACE inhibitor. This one, serine protease, is a protein that serves as the pathway or the entry of the COVID-19 into our cell that causes the infection. So what happened is that if you are taking the Squalene, it will help, no, to prevent the ACE inhibitor, because sabi ko nga kanina, di ba, meron siyang statin effect. The statin effect of the Squalene also related to the suppression of the formation of the ACE2 inhibitor in our bloodstream. So the ACE2 inhibitor effect prevents the transmission or the pathway of COVID-19 in our system. Yun po yung effect niya. Kasi para na rin po actually, if we talk about yung mga like for example, yung mga medications po ng sa hypertension, we call it the ACE inhibitors, no? Like yung mga amlodipine, ACE inhibitors din po yon. So, but if we have that on our body, nag-increase ang blood pressure, kaya may mga comorbids po are very prone to COVID-19 sila po because of the presence of the ACE2 inhibitors in the body that leads to the pathways of this. Kaya mas madali po silang tablan. So isa po yun. And all of us have ACE2 inhibitors, even po hindi ba nagpa-fluctuate yung blood pressure natin, we still have the ACE2 inhibitors. So these are the pathways on how the COVID-19 enters, and this is being prevented by our Squalene. So piniprevent niya po yung ACE2 inhibitor to allow the transmission of the COVID-19. Tapos po, one thing, it has a fast oxygenation effect. So yun po yung isa sa mga effect ng Squalene. It oxygenizes our cell that prevents the formation of the COVID-19. Especially kung naka-intubate na po yung patient, minsan nahihirapan na po yung kanyang mababa pa po yung kanyang saturation ng oxygen, yung pulse oximeter. So the Squalene will help to oxygenize the cell to normalize the saturation of oxygen in the cell. So yun po.
Sharks. They can be our worst nightmare. Many of us react with pure horror to the most lethal and terrifying creature in the ocean. But according to scientists, deep-sea sharks may actually be here to help us. After 20 years of research, we now know shark liver oil provides remarkable health benefits. Individuals who work in and around water have to rely on strength, power, and endurance. Navy SEALs, local governments like the LAPD, and military underwater units around the world have discovered the amazing benefits of shark liver oil. Through extensive research, science has found that this product helps the body fight fatigue and better resist cold temperatures. These qualities are ideal for those who demand the most from themselves: soldiers, divers, and endurance athletes. They need the right fuel. Police officers risk their lives every day. Helping military men and law enforcement face severe stress is world-famous researcher Terry Laron of Neutralis Del Mar. He recently brought a wealth of hard-earned expertise to the LAPD Underwater Dive Unit. In the course of more than 20 years, his leading-edge techniques have successfully treated over 800 elite fighting forces. They include paratroopers, underwater combat specialists, and high-altitude soldiers.
You know, for these men, failure is not an option. Their lives depend on completing difficult, dangerous missions, sometimes under punishing, strenuous conditions. They need a nutritional shield to perform to their limits.
His new military formula helps dive teams, police officers, soldiers, firefighters, the Coast Guard, lifeguards, fishermen, and athletes operate at more elevated levels. Experts say, though the rest of us may not face combat or extreme cold, we can all benefit as well.
Now, we have an explanation for the healing power of shark liver oil.
We now know these magnificent beasts are a crucial link to the ecosystem. Brian Christie reporting.
The world hit a grim milestone: 1 million COVID-related deaths, 205,000 in the USA. Now, we're learning that in the race to develop a vaccine, sharks may be a key. How so? Shark liver contains a rare oil called squalene, which makes the vaccine more potent. More than 500,000 sharks may have to be captured and sacrificed to supply the world with the coronavirus vaccine. Shark advocates like Stephanie Brendel are concerned.
There will be people wondering why we worry about this, because humans should be more important than sharks, and they are. But we have to remember that there will be many other vaccines, and this will go on potentially for decades, and it will add up.
Making a vaccine for COVID-19 may turn out to be a moral dilemma. Is it right or wrong to kill thousands of sharks to bring a vaccine to the market?
Yeah, shark's liver can actually be used to help make vaccines, make them more effective, but the increased demand could endanger those creatures. CBS 12's Denise Sawyer tells us why some people are so worried.
Now, the search for a safe and effective COVID-19 vaccine is top of mind for researchers and governments around the world. But some of those vaccines could include a chemical that's found in sharks. Now, shark advocates are warning if those vaccines are approved, populations of sharks worldwide could suffer.
Watching the pandemic globally as well as in the U.S. is heart-wrenching.
Now to Florida's fight against COVID-19.
An update now on the race to deliver a coronavirus vaccine.
Today, the U.S. surpassed 10 million COVID cases.
Hospitalizations from coronavirus are close to record highs right now in the United States.
To see something seize the entire planet.
In the hunt for a life-saving coronavirus vaccine, there could be an unexpected victim. Swimming offshore in the dark of the ocean, these apex predators may become a vital link in the supply chain for a COVID-19 vaccine.
Hey, Norman, can you sort out this story about